Hello everyone, BeautyWane here, back with episode number 6 of our Let's Play series. This is going to be a happy episode because we have our happy guest behind us. This is first guest that I personally have hydrated in a survival world, so great first adventure for me. So before we get into anything, let's see if we can suit this happy guest up and go for a ride. There you are. Come down, I want to give you a present. Yes, yes, yes. Do they come to harnesses? I don't think I knew this. Interesting, the more you know. Our first time riding a happy guest. Oh, he's so ready. Oh, we can see everything, including our iron farm working as intended. This is going to give us a whole new perspective on the world. I know it. Don't ask me why, but from this height, it feels faster to travel. And I think that's because the world feels smaller. Because admittedly, like, I have not gone anywhere. Like, this is the clearing that I made for the villager trading hall. And that's that little cave, I guess big cave, that we found in episode 3. But it just feels like I can see our entire starting area. Like, it's all right there. I can see from here the ocean monument. I can see down there. So when we built the villager breeder, I said that I thought it looked a little better from above, sort of at like this angle. But I couldn't show you, and now I can finally show you what it looks like. And it kind of looks the same. It does. I won't deny that. But we're in the air, and that makes it cool. So I'm going to think about things I actually want to do this episode, because I think being up here has inspired me to make something a little bit larger than what I've done so far. So we'll see how this goes. I'm thinking we want to get started on the villager trading hall. See you guys in a second. Hey everyone, I'm back after a little bit of resource gathering, and I wanted to let you in on my plans for the villager trading hall. So obviously I will be giving them their one wide cells, as is the custom, but beyond that I want to make this a little aesthetic. So I have some ideas for how I'm going to decorate this, but as far as the overall structure goes, my idea is that there's going to be a rail cart going behind each of these walkways, or behind each of these cells, whatchamacallit. And that's going to connect in the back or whatever. But then what I can do as far as the whole structure goes is I'll have this walkway that I can go down, and then the villagers, and then another row of villagers with a rail cart between the two rows, and then another walkway here. So it's sort of modular, but also I have an idea for the overall, how it all pieces together. But then as far as out here, I want to have a bit of an entry hall sort of thing, and I want to make it sort of like an old... I haven't been in too many European churches, but I can see a nice structure sort of going here. Maybe a little bit of an arch. I haven't done an arch yet, aside from what those roofs are, which are just triangles. So I'm going to see if I can get an arch right as I build this. But we'll see how far we go today, because I may just get the villagers in and get the basic structure of this down, and then we'll see how we go from there. But I'll come back to you guys as I put some of this together. Step 1. Add a floor. Floor complete. And after doing that, I'll be honest, I don't think the floor was step 1. But we did it anyways. Step 2. Walls? Not really walls, but they're going to get there. There we go. Now it's starting to look like a structure. Actually, I'll admit, with those, it very quickly started to look like a structure. At least for me. We'll see what we can do. So everyone, I've added the workstations that I'm going to be using. Not all of them, because I don't have all of my books yet, just because I didn't make enough. And I'm kind of liking how this is shaping up. We don't have the ceiling yet, and I think the ceiling is really what it's going to bring this together. And also the nice little details on the side. So I'm going to be making my villagers secure. I wouldn't want anything getting to them. I'm a benevolent leader. And these iron bars are here to keep them safe. They don't want to leave because they know they enjoy their jobs. So we'll see how we can bring this together, because I know I have some ideas for the ceiling, and we'll see how we can make that shape up. Back with you guys in a second. So I've added some details on the sides here, just some stairs and some torches to add some depth. And what I'm thinking is we're going to work on the exterior and build this roof up. So let's see how that looks and see how we can make it turn out. Okay, that's looking like the interior is shaping up to be what I want it to be. I still obviously have to work on the villager, spell's the wrong word. That would imply they're stuck there. The villager homes, I still have to work on the villager side of the hull. But in here, I'm liking how this looks. Now, admittedly, it doesn't, even if the inside does look good, the outside definitely doesn't. And I'm not exactly sure how I want to pull this off yet. Because, yeah, the rounded edge is going to be weird, and I still want the villager rails behind here to load them in. Maybe I don't keep the villager rails here permanently, and I can just punch a hole in the wall when I want them. That's an idea. This is also looking a lot more like a prison as I build this out, but it's a pretty one. Look at how nice it looks in here. We could probably add some more depth, but I'm liking how the shape's up. I'm going to be a little bit greedy, and I'm gonna look to start loading some villagers in and maybe trying to knock out their professions, because realistically, once they're in, nothing should change. I'm just going to have, whatchamacallit, the trapdoors here. So they're going to be easy to get in and out. Whatever. I'll get some villagers in, maybe see what I can do on this roof, and then come back to you guys. So this might be a little greedy, but I like locking in trades as soon as I see a good one. And our first villager has a power 4 book. So I'm going to lock that in while I have a chance, and then throw that wherever it went. And then now we have our first villager, power 4. What I'm looking for is really efficiency 4, unbreaking. Wait. Oh, this was stupid. I could have gotten power 5. Yeah, he agrees with me. Okay, I was a little stupid there. Locked in power 4. If you don't know, villagers can lock in like efficiency 5, power 5, and all the good stuff. So anyways, I'm gonna be looking for efficiency 5, unbreaking 3, silk touch, fortune, mending being the big one. So we'll see how long it takes to get all of those. And now I feel silly for locking in power 4. Oh well, c'est la vie. So I've got my stack of villagers loaded in here. So I've got a few of my librarians in here loaded with everything they need. We've got silk touch, unbreaking, feather falling 4, fortune 3, efficiency 5, and mending. And so we have all of the enchantments we'll need for our diamond tools. The trick is I'm missing 2 things. One is the emeralds to do it, and the second is the levels to actually put them on my gear. So I haven't thought of a solution for my level problem yet, but as far as getting the emeralds is I think we're gonna go with farming villagers. So currently I've just got some in here to trade for carrots and pumpkins. That's not pumpkins, that's a potato. But eventually I want to transition to pumpkins and melons as we fill this up. So that's going to be the goal. The trick is getting there. So we have the quartz and redstone to make a farm, and I think I'm going to put together a pumpkin farm over here. maybe after I secure these villagers, because right now anything can walk up and kill them, and that wouldn't really be great. So we'll take a look at that and probably secure these guys a bit. Okay, I forgot I was supposed to be recording and built the entire pumpkin farm and didn't record either the actual build or like time-lapse it or whatever. So here we are coming in at the end. I took this from a video on YouTube. I'll link it below in the description. But this is just a super simple pumpkin farm. Once the minecart comes back, I'll get, well, no, lazy. So minecart underneath, picking things up. Minecart goes around. There's a quick and easy bit of redstone up here to monitor if the minecart is full or not. And then if the minecart is unloading anything, it'll stop the minecart until it's done and then send it on its way. Obviously, it's not unloading anything right now because the farm is complete and I'm missing one pumpkin seed right there. I think that's the only one that's missing. So pumpkin farm is complete. I'm going to spend some time, maybe glass up the side. I'm kind of digging. I put one here so that I could get underneath. And then I kind of liked it. So I might use these and a mix of shelves on the outside. I don't know. We've got to put a hat on it too. But otherwise, the farm is technically complete. I did get into a fight with an Enderman. I took his Ender Pearl. He took my life. So now the experience issue is even worse than it was before. And I will definitely need a source of XP before I can get anything effective from these guys. But we have it set up for when we do need it. So I'm going to finish this pumpkin farm. If I could build. Boom, pumpkin farm complete. Oh yeah, and then if you didn't know, super simple on top. Just redstone on top of observers next to pistons. These guys really eat pumpkin seeds? This is my first time ever knowing that they ate any seeds other than carrot seeds. Little did I know. Let's see if we can make this a little prettier, and then we'll see if we have time to get an experience farm going before the end of this episode. So let's see how this goes. Side note, as I'm getting the materials ready to build this together. As you go through a world, you collect a weird number of things, and I'm not sure what I did to get 18 stacks of dirt. Like, I have no recollection of mining that much dirt, and I don't know why I have that much. I guess it was building the paths? I don't know. Probably the most dirt I've had this early in the game before. But, yeah, anyways, back to the building. Built this, and I've discovered a problem. So I will admit, the trapdoors, I like the idea of the trapdoors. But the problem with the trapdoors is that if there are redstone components inside, then it's gonna fire the trapdoors. And I'm sure I probably could have fixed this if I had placed them rather than there. No, that wouldn't work because this is redstone here. I don't know. I guess I could swap out the trapdoors. This is kind of funny, a funny discovery that I've made. I like this. Maybe I'll wait and see. Well, I don't have to wait for them to all fire. So let's see. If I do that, I mean, I don't absolutely hate that. It's still gonna be firing the trapdoors, which is kind of funny. We can call it an accidental discovery or whatever. A happy little accident, and maybe it'll make the build a little more lively. Let's say I'm gonna say this was intentional, because look, it adds some depth, and we'll go from there. We'll see how it goes. Still no pumpkins. Okay, I'll put some glass around the bottom, maybe double up the glowstone just so that it doesn't look so uneven, and then we'll call the build good from there. I just wanted to share the accidental redstone discovery. Okay, see you guys in a second. Okay, so this is my attempt at making the whole thing look pretty. This is a bad one again. Not as bad as what I turned the. I actually like how the nether portal turned out. This one, I sort of just took the farm, made a box around it, and then made the boxes pretty. This, there's a way for me to do this better. I feel like I should just like make this whole thing a larger box and then have the offload be a little different, and then you enter from this side. That could look good. I didn't do that. Notably, this kind of actually looks actively bad. Maybe I'll add some bushes. If I add some bushes and some green, then it'll look better. Maybe I'll make this whole thing look a little overgrown. Because right now it just sort of sticks out like a Thor thumb. But yeah, this is the attempt at making it pretty. It's spitting out some pumpkins, turning the pumpkins into emeralds. We're up to 25 emeralds, which isn't bad. Got to get more villagers in here so that I can get this really going. I'm not concerned with zombifying the villagers yet because I don't have a good stream of gold. In fact, I really don't have any gold at the moment. So gold farm is a later project, definitely not a today thing. But yeah, I like this room. I really like this room. It's sort of turned into less modular than I was planning it to be, but this is good. This is good. I like this. We're making progress. And the rails are temporary. I should note that the rails are temporary until I load all the villagers in here. I'm just waiting for the new batch to grow up because, boy, there are a lot of villagers in there. Maybe I should turn it off again. Not the prettiest pumpkin farm, I'll admit. I'll consider making the area around it nice. Okay, I'll get the rest of the villagers in here and come back. So we're back after a little bit of work, and I've added some detail to the pumpkin farm. I'm not really a fan of this, namely because I know that that's there, and now you do too. But I guess I could put solid blocks on the top. I just don't want to have to deal with lighting it. I don't know. I'm lazy like that. But I've given it some color, I guess. It's better than it was. It's less blocky. I'm probably not going to touch this again. It's fine the way it is. It is certainly putting out some pumpkins, so we're making good progress. Definitely happy with the farm itself, if not how it looks. I've loaded in the rest of the villagers, mainly just the farmers, which after a little bit I realized since I was picking their trades anyways, I might as well just select the good trade with the resources I plan on having. So this is what I have. On the librarian side, I think we knew that I had mending. Well, thunderstorm. I gotta go to sleep. But I added protection 4, and I forget what this one is, aqua affinity. So I'm gonna have good armor at least. And that's going to be really exciting. So once we've got the emeralds and the experience, then this is going to be good to go. I've decided I'm probably going to handle the experience issue with my plans for next episode. So this episode, I want to figure out the emerald issue. So I like where the pumpkin farm is and how it's going, but I want a good baseline with pumpkins and carrots. And so while I might not have been very inspired with how I want to design this, I did get inspired for the next farm I want to make. So I cleared out some space, which didn't take too long, just cutting down some trees. Kind of relaxing, kind of chill. And I have some plans for this space. So these are going to be 2 double stacks each. So there's going to be a carrot farm here, a carrot farm here, a carrot farm there, a carrot farm there. And then the same over there with potatoes once I clear out that side as well. And I'm thinking I can create a cool little courtyard here with a water fountain in the middle. And then see about getting the farms together here, collecting the resources. I forget if this is supposed to be 1 apart. I think it is. I don't know. I'll check to make sure I'm not doing anything crazy. And then we'll make this pretty because as I mentioned, I'm inspired. I think I can do a courtyard. I haven't really done a courtyard in the past. So I'm thinking we're going to be able to pull this off. I'm probably going to make this one a time lapse just because it's just villager farms. Like, it's just making carrots and potatoes. So pretty straightforward. The trick is going to be the resources because I've done so much building and not mining that I don't have the cobblestone for this or the glass. I certainly have wood, so I guess I could make it all out of wood. But I'm thinking we're going to do a mainly a glass and wood build. Yeah, maybe I don't have to make it all glass. Maybe I do have enough glass. But let's see how this goes. Okay, I want to do a quick check back in now that the bulk of the builds are done. Now, I want to note, this is, well, honestly, they're probably going to look this ugly at the end, but they're not finished yet. So, you can see the general idea. I'll link the reference video I used when building this below. But the general idea is make a farm exactly like the one we used over there, but make 2 of them next to each other. The second one's technically optional. And then there's a third guy inside that they throw their food at. And then there's hopper minecarts that pick up that food, put it into hoppers, and then load it in there. And then we just have a second one on top. And then this side is carrots, and this side is potatoes. I have some ideas for collection that I won't spoil yet. But we are not finished yet. I just wanted to wrap up this build session because I gotta take a quick pause, and show off what we have currently. It's nothing too crazy. We're still missing 1, 2, 3 villagers. The top guys are in there farming away, saving their potatoes for when they have someone to give them to. And then, so what I still need to do is get those 3 villagers in there, work on the roofs, detail the outside of these buildings a little so they're not just 2014 Minecraft squares. And then I still have ideas for this courtyard here. This is a placeholder. This is a placeholder, I promise. Maybe I'll just leave a boat here and call that good enough. Yeah, that'll be good. Okay, I'll throw another quick time lapse of the sort of beautification of this area in, and then we'll call that for this episode. So let's see how this, let's see if I can make this any better. Okay, everyone, I just slept, so we don't have any fears of having to go to sleep in this, but I'm thinking that the build is going to be complete for this episode. So I've tidied it up, and, well, I guess I'll start with the obvious thing. This is what I opted to do for the storage. I'm not sure if this is going to work. This is my first time ever creating or using copper golems, and it's a little redundant because it's literally bringing the carrots from there into here, and the potatoes from in here over to here. So really it's putting these little guys to work to move the items from there over to here, and I think they love it. Now granted, I don't have bees yet, so these guys, I will need to either knock the wax off these guys or they're going to get stuck eventually, and it's going to be really sad. And so I'm sort of setting them poorly, but we'll deal with that later. I like it. It's cute. I'm enjoying the lively atmosphere of the base, the copper golems, the happy gas. It just makes everything a little more like engaging in the world, and I think that's the point of all this. But this is what I'm thinking I'm gonna do for this courtyard thing. I think it came together fairly well, considering this is my first time ever doing this sort of thing. The build itself, I still kind of hate a little. I think the 2 colors, I don't think oak and spruce go well together, and I certainly did not do well with this roof at all. I kind of want to add chains, but I want the light up at the top, so we'll keep it there for now. I've added these little bushes around the sides, and then some of the crops are growing outside, not hydrated, so when they grow up they'll just be a little extra bit of like detail on the sides. The little window galleries up top, I put them there. I'm kind of regretting it a little because now you can't actually see into the upstairs glass at all. It's sort of like blocked out. So if I did this again, I'd move those down a block just so that you can still look upstairs. And then obviously I did the same on this side where we've got these details. It's super cute. I added this texture sort of thing all the way around. I'm not the biggest fan, I guess, but I kind of also really like it because it spices up the ground, adds a little bit of detail. I messed it up a little here, and I don't have anything on me to fix it. But there's no such thing as mixing. Ooh, there's a bug in the system. Potatoes. Yeah, put it in there. Put it in there. You'll figure it out. Yeah, that was crazy jump, my guy. Yeah, Actually, this is perfect. The copper golems are helping because now they will sort out the poisonous potatoes from the regular potatoes, and I won't have to do that. I'll be honest, this is my first time doing a potato farm like this, and I forgot that they made poisonous potatoes, even though I've been getting them myself. Carrots. Carrots are the superior farm. A, because I forgot about the poisonous potatoes, and B, because you can make golden carrots eventually, and they are top tier. I tend to stick with steak. It's just easier for me, but some people like golden carrots. So if that's your thing, then carrots are better. I do have to say, I unintentionally did the same build design for like all three of these buildings, where it's like stone base, sort of. And then spruce, and then oak. So stone base, and then spruce, and then oak. That one technically has stone bricks, and then spruce, and then there's nothing for oak to be. So they're all three sort of the same builds, which I sort of like because it's all one episode, but also sort of bad. They're all sort of like different designs, I guess, though, because this one's like, these are sort of close. I don't know. It's a thing. Let me know what you guys think. I'd really appreciate the feedback. This is new for me. Also, just a quick note, this is how our pumpkin farm did while we were building those farms. So in the time it took me to build those, we got like all of these pumpkins. So really, it's putting in the work. It's definitely, all of these farms are going to be putting in the work, making me emeralds passively. We're definitely going to have what we need before the end of, or before next episode. But with that, we are going to call the episode here. Lots of progress, lots of farms. We've got the librarians up and going. We've got our pumpkin farm. We've got our carrot and potato farms and our little copper columns at work. So lots of villagers being put to use this episode and lots of progress. I hope you guys enjoyed and you enjoy the build. If you have anything you want to add or any suggestions on how I could change this up, maybe make it a little better, or if you liked it, then feel free to let me know down in the comments. I'd appreciate any and all feedback. But with that, we're going to wrap up the episode. I hope you all have a beautiful and wonderful day. BeautyWane out.